We stopped in Indianapolis at TBA and Oil Warehouse, one of the distributors in Parts Tech. Ryan showed us around the warehouse, and then we sat down to talk about his perspective on online ordering in the automotive aftermarket.
What's your business are you doing online?
Right now, 25%.
And you guys have been growing that steadily year over year, right?
Yep, it's kind of plateaued at 25% though.
Where'd
It's
you
been
start?
there. Started probably 4 or 5%, and we've had online app availability for customers since the 56K modem. So the old telepart, and it was like a dumb terminal in a guy's shop, and the old green screen stuff, and they could dial in and check pricing and availability. So we've had guys that are accustomed to this for a long time, and as it's developed with all the with high-speed internet and all that, we've got more and more people to go to it.
Right.
You'd be surprised how many shops that we actually helped get a high-speed internet line, or we bought a computer for to help them along their way. No, gosh, no. No, mostly about service. If it was all about price, I don't think we'd make it.
Right.
There's always somebody cheaper.
Right.
Service, and with service, we're not just talking delivery service. We're talking about the counter guys. They do provide a service for the shops. They're taking a problem off their plate. They also have to deal with returns. How do we deal with those? You have a good return policy. There's a lot of things that go into the service end of it. Delivery times is definitely, I think that's one of the number one things. Then we try to have a good product mix for our customers.
Right.
So we really go through, we sift through and blend product lines we were talking about to give the customer the best option of parts for their vehicle. I'm not sure it puts more pressure on price, but there's always been that aspect. It seems that really you got to have it to sell it. You got to be able to get it to them in a reasonable amount of time. I think service time has gotten to be more important than anything because of bay time and having a bay tied up. If they can crank cars in and out of bays, they're making money.
Right.
Shops that understand that versus, I can buy this brake pad for $2 cheaper, and it takes them an extra half an hour to get it.
Yeah.
Or they're buying parts that have high warranty rates, and then they're redoing the job again. So there's all different levels out there of shops and shop owners, and we deal with all of them.
Right.
Yeah, I think the most successful shops we deal with, they do buy the premium parts that carry a lower warranty rate. They don't haggle over price. They do shop deals, but they're not going to shop individual parts.
Right.
They make sure you're treated fair, that they feel like they're treated fair, and that they get what they need. If they're in a jam and they do good business with us, we're going to help them out.
Right.
So that's one thing that helps us retain those shops, because we're after repeat business. We don't do retail. We're all wholesale. And so we're looking at the lifetime value of a customer versus just getting this sale. Just more integration, a little more seamlessness, less errors. I think that the delivery tracking has been huge for us. It's really helped us get more consistency with our delivery. It's helped us identify problems with drivers. And so I think as technology advances, things will just get better. It's going to be more consistent. It's going to be better quality of service.
Sure.
And then for the parts information, that's getting better all the time. But we need it because there's so many new parts flooding the market every day.
Right.
Every year these vehicle manufacturers come out with new makes and models, and they don't use the same filter as they, it used to be, you have this filter and it fits so many years worth of vehicles. Now it's like, well, this year, I can't even tell you how many new oil filters we had to add.
Right.
Immediately, as soon as they hit the street. Oh, sure. It's funny, but we've been around for several years, and so we lose customers every year from them closing. We've been doing business with this guy for 30 years, and he's done. There's not a lot of new people coming into the business. So we see garages kind of phasing out, and then some of them are closing quicker because they aren't keeping up with the technology. So the younger guys that are opening up shops have those type of capabilities. They do a better job with the marketing, and they're able to draw in business and keep it and retain it better. We see that in national accounts especially. they're very much up on that, and that's, I think, what drives them to get more business in the market.
Right.
So for us, it's going to be a factor of where we want to be able to offer those same type of services. These guys are used to, they want to look up parts on their phone now.
Right.
You know, they want to scan the VIN and get it in, or the plate lookup is really handy.
Right.
So the shops that are wanting to do that, we have to be able to keep up with them and offer those services. If we can't, somebody else will.